Chairman.
Gareth Hughes.
Cut in my pride.
Kia koutou. Mr Chair, I'll leave my substantive contribution to clause 4, which is basically really the only page of text in the whole legislation, but clause 1 deals with the title. Mr Chair, I'd like to propose a new title for the Exclusive Economic Zone Continental Shelf Environmental Effects Transitional Provisions Amendment Bill. Mr Speaker, I'd like to call it the One Law for Oil Bill, because while I've got the greatest respect for Ms Woods, and it is a further example of the government not doing their homework, poor legislative drafting, really the blame has to fall squarely at the feet of Shell Todd Oil Services. So perhaps we should be calling it the Exclusive Economic Zone Continental Shelf Shell Todd Oil's Fix-Up Amendment Bill. Because, Mr Speaker, let's just quickly go through the chronology to explain why I'm suggesting these titles. Because while the legislation was poorly drafted, it was rushed through, blame has to be placed at the feet of the very company who this legislation, using the awesome power of this Parliament to introduce legislation, pass an Act of Parliament, benefits a single company, Shell Todd Oil Services. So this was a company involved in the Select Committee process on the original legislation, a company which was heavily involved in lobbying and seeing that legislation passed, a company that knew full well its provisions, a company that Cabinet decided on the 8th of December 2014 to decide to pass this legislation, to bring in this amendment bill, yet it wasn't until the 15th of December, more than a month later, that Shell Todd Oil finally got around to applying for their marine consent. Now, Mr Speaker, this amendment bill simply retrospectively allows this company to continue their existing activity now that their permit has expired in case there are any appeals. Now, we know it has been a controversial application locally, but the fact is that this company ran straight to the Cabinet, ran straight to ministers asking for them to pass an Act of Parliament to allow them to continue their activity before they even got a marine application in. So, Mr Speaker, it's disappointing this company didn't appear before the Select Committee, but I would like to echo the comments of Ms Woods that it was a constructive Select Committee process. I'd like to acknowledge the Chair, all the members, because it has been substantially improved since the first reading. Kia ora.
I call Sua Williams.